India-Pakistan conflict, from partition to Pahalgam, a historical reckoning published by Zalengam Media Knowledge Bank Wime. The Pahalgam massacre, April 22, 2025. On April 22, 2025, the Baisaran Valley near Pahalgam in Jammu in Kashmir witnessed one of the deadliest terror attacks in recent memory. Armed militants opened fire on a group of tourists, killing 26 civilians, predominantly Hindu men, and injuring dozens more. Eyewitnesses and survivors confirmed that the attackers selectively targeted victims based on their religion, using assault rifles including AK-47s and American-made M4 carbines. While the Resistance Front, TRF, a proxy of Lashkar-e-Taiba, LT, initially claimed responsibility, it quickly retracted the statement amid mounting international scrutiny. The Indian intelligence apparatus identified 3 attackers, 2 of whom were Pakistani nationals, linking the attack to Pakistan-based jihadist infrastructure. In swift retaliation, the Indian government suspended the Indus Waters Treaty, expelled Pakistani diplomats, and placed heightened military alert across Jammu and Kashmir. The National Investigation Agency, NIA, launched a full-scale counter-terrorism investigation, while Indian Army units began search and destroy missions across the valley. The roots of discord, 1947 to 1948. First Kashmir War. The conflict between India and Pakistan dates back to the very birth of the two nations. Following the partition of British India in 1947, the princely state of Jammu and Kashmir, with a Muslim-majority population ruled by a Hindu king, became the epicenter of dispute. As Pakistani tribal militias and soldiers invaded the state in October 1947, the Maharaja acceded to India, prompting the First Indo-Pak War. A UN-mediated ceasefire in 1949 resulted in the creation of the Line of Control, LOC, dividing Kashmir into Indian and Pakistani-administered regions. The wounds from this conflict remain open to this day. The 1965 War, Operation Gibraltar, and Tashkent. In 1965, Pakistan launched Operation Gibraltar to infiltrate forces into Jammu and Kashmir and foment insurgency. India responded with a full-scale military offensive across the Western Front, leading to major battles in Punjab and Kashmir. Though the war ended in a stalemate, the Tashkent Agreement, brokered by the Soviet Union, restored pre-conflict boundaries. However, strategic mistrust deepened between the two neighbors. The 1971 Bangladesh Liberation War, arguably the most decisive conflict between the two nations. The 1971 war followed Pakistan's brutal crackdown in East Pakistan, now Bangladesh. India, under Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, supported the Bengali independence movement, leading to a 13-day war. The result was Pakistan's surrender and the creation of Bangladesh, with over 93,000 Pakistani troops taken as prisoners of war. The subsequent Simla Agreement emphasized peaceful resolution of disputes, but failed to prevent future hostilities. The 1987 to 1989 Kashmir Insurgency. By the late 1980s, insurgency flared up in the Kashmir Valley, fueled by cross-border infiltration and radicalization. The rigged 1987 state elections triggered local disillusionment, which Pakistan capitalized on through proxy militant groups like Hizbul Mujahideen and later standoff. On December 13, 2001, 5 terrorists from LT and Jaish-e-Mohammed attacked the Indian parliament in New Delhi, killing 9. India blamed Pakistan-based groups and mobilized over 500,000 troops to the border in what became a 10-month-long military standoff. Though full-scale war was averted, the incident hardened India's stance on cross-border terrorism. The 2008 Mumbai attacks. One of the most globally condemned terrorist incidents occurred on November 26, 2008, when 10 heavily armed Pakistani militants laid siege to Mumbai. For 4 days, they carried out coordinated attacks at hotels, a train station, and a Jewish center, killing 166 people. The only captured attacker, Ajmal Kasab, confirmed the involvement of LET. Diplomatic ties were severely strained, and India ramped up intelligence and coastal security in response. The 2016 Uri attack and surgical strikes. In September 2016, 4 heavily armed militants attacked an Indian Army camp in Uri, killing 19 soldiers. The Indian Army responded with surgical strikes across the line of control, targeting terror launch pads in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. This marked a shift in Indian military doctrine toward preemptive action and showcased a more assertive posture. The 2019 Pulwama attack and Balakot airstrikes. On February 14, 2019, a suicide bomber from Jaish-e-Mohammed targeted a CRPF convoy in Pulwama, killing 40 personnel. India retaliated with an airstrike on a terror camp in Balakot, deep inside Pakistani territory. This was followed by aerial combat between the two air forces, during which an Indian pilot was captured and later released. These events signified an unprecedented escalation of conventional military engagement in the nuclear age. 11. India's response post-Pahalgam, a new security doctrine. The 2025 Pahalgam attack has catalyzed a new wave of national security reforms in India. Recognizing the evolving nature of terrorism, marked by hybrid warfare, radicalized youth, and use of modern arms, India has launched a multi-pronged strategy. Intelligence integration. Agencies like the NIA, RAW, and IB are working in closer coordination with real-time surveillance and AI measures. Tourist zones, religious sites, and urban centers are now being brought under integrated security surveillance, including drone monitoring and facial recognition systems. The country has also operationalized the doctrine of proportional response, allowing measured military retaliation for every terrorist provocation, a signal that impunity will no longer be tolerated. 12th conclusion, from the bloodied mountains of Kargil to the serene but scarred valleys of Pahalgam, the India-Pakistan conflict has seen evolution in tactics, ideology, and response. Yet the core issue remains unresolved. Terrorism continues to be leveraged as a strategic tool against India. The Pahalgam attack is not merely an incident. It is a grim reminder that complacency is not an option. India, while pursuing peace through diplomacy, is now prepared to defend every inch of its sovereignty with resolve and readiness. History has taught us that eternal vigilance remains the price of liberty, and India seems ready to pay it. Published by Zalangam Media Knowledge Bank, Voice of the Voiceless, History That Speaks. Thank you for watching. Please do share the video. Also subscribe to our channel.